We're here at the Caribou Grill for the event that is celebrating small business in the Robson Valley. And it's a partnership between the Chamber of Commerce and Community Futures Fraser Fort George. And we're here with Christine Torgerson and Sam Travers from the Valemount Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, thanks for being here.
Thanks for coming to showcase everything.
Great. So why is the Chamber involved here? What is the Chamber's reason for being a co-host of this?
Part of it is the fact that October is Small Business Month, showcasing businesses in the area. And so when Community Futures was putting together this event, we decided to work with them and put this together so that we could show who our small businesses are and that we could help them through Community Futures. If there was a need of some extra funding that is available, and so we decided to put together, and Samantha is our new administrative assistant and marketing, and she's done a fantastic job of coordinating with Community Futures and putting this together tonight.
Great. Can you add to what Christine just said? How did it come about that you got involved?
One day I was speaking with Shona and she was telling me about an event she wanted to throw, and I said, hey, this sounds excellent. I said, let me help platform this. I said, let's collaborate on this together so that we can get the most word out to the most people, and I can help you through social media, through marketing, through the forum that I have at my ability. And so we decided to get together, and as a result, we've doubled our force. Doubled our force has got double the message out to more people, which is great because there's lots of new businesses popping up now, whether it's in agricultural, whether it's the small businesses, new mom pa shops happening in people's homes. We want those people to know that there's money available to them through Community Futures, through grants. The Chamber wants to be a bridge, a liaison through these little companies, through the village, through Varda, through whatever organization they need for help. And that's our goal, is to help small businesses that could take it to a new level.
Great. Well, we all know Valemount is notorious for groups duplicating efforts. So it's very nice to see two groups getting together like this and working on a common goal. It doesn't happen often enough, in my opinion. Well, we're here with Susan Stearns, who is the General Manager of Community Futures Fraser Fort George, and we're here at the Caribou Grill restaurant. Susan, why are you here? Why are we here?
I'm excited. It's Small Business Month for us, and so coming out and meeting with the business owners and engaging in the community, inspiring some entrepreneurs to take the plunge and take a look at business. It's just a great time to interact with community around business and celebrate the great businesses in the community here in Valemount.
Well, that's great. What kind of things can people look to Community Futures Fraser Fort George for help?
Well, we have a variety of places that we can support. First of all, with startups, we can work with an individual right from I have an idea right through to creating a business plan and starting their business and getting it going. We can help with the growth of a business. So as a business starts to grow and develop, we can support with some of the discussions around that. And we also help with selling a business. If a person wants to sell or purchase an existing business, we have the tools and resources to support that. And we do that through business coaching, a number of programs that we have, not only locally but across the province with Community Futures. And we also have loan opportunities to support businesses. We take a lot higher risk than most of the traditional financial institutions, and so we're more flexible and able to support businesses in a different way.
Wow, okay, well, great. That's certainly a lot of ways that you can help businesses. Who should they contact if they want more information?
Or if nothing else, they can certainly get in touch with our office. And the number there is 250 562-9622, and any one of our great staff members can help and support the person to talk to the right person. And we're available online at cfdc.bc.ca, and there's a wealth of information on our website.
Great. Well, thanks for coming to Valemount and putting that information out there for people.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
We're here with Mary Miting, who is the LEAP Project Coordinator for Community Futures at Fraser Fort George. Mary, thank you very much for coming to Valemount.
Yeah, wonderful to be here. Beautiful place.
Great. Tell me and tell everyone, what is LEAP? What does that mean?
LEAP stands for the Leadership and Entrepreneur Accelerator Program for Women. Yeah.
And can you expand a little bit? What is that exactly?
Sure. It's for women who are looking to take the next step in either their career or business. And we have quite a robust program. We have network lunches on the second and fourth Thursday of the month. One is exclusively for entrepreneurs to come together and to actually discuss like what's going well, what's not going well, having a sounding board because entrepreneurship can be a lonely business. And then the second or the fourth Thursday of the month is more open for all women, regardless of whether they are in their careers. They could be in trades, they could be in industry, they could be in the banking industry. We all come together and we share knowledge. So we actually have guest lectures, and they can talk about topics like time management or, you know, how to look after ourselves, because instead of just like go, you also have to look after yourself. So we have topics like that. And so that's a network lunches. We also have an incubator program for women who are looking to start a business. So maybe they're working a full-time gig, but then they've got a side hustle and they're thinking, hey, this is actually going pretty well. Maybe I want to do more with it. So they're looking to make their side hustle their main hustle.
Great. And what is the Accelerator side of the program?
Okay, the Accelerator program is actually for women who have been in business for 2 years or more. And their business is maybe they're not expanding, or it's not growing as fast as they would want to, or maybe it is growing and maybe it's growing so fast that they need to actually take stock. So the Accelerator program is really bringing people back to women back to that foundational piece and making sure that they're in the best place to actually grow their business. So we take them back to, you know, looking at basic things like marketing and focus, and what are the values of the organization, what are you actually trying to accomplish, and is that going to help your business, and is that good for you also? So all those questions come up in the Accelerator program.
Great information. I understand there's an opportunity coming up in October. You want to tell people about that?
Yeah, it's a LEAP conference for women, and it's October 26th to 28th. We're having a hybrid conference, which means that we're having a small in-person event in Prince George, and then we're also streaming live out to a virtual audience. So even if you can't make it to Prince George, which we'd like you to come and visit, but if you can't make it to Prince George, then you can just attend virtually. And the sessions are recorded, so if you can't make one of the sessions, you can always access the recording.
That's great. And how do people get tickets or?
Yeah, you can go to our website, which is cfdc@bc.ca, or you could Google Community Futures Fraser Fort George, or you could Google LEAP for Women, and you'll find us.
Right, and that's for the conference, and for just general inquiries about the program, the same contacts, right?
Same thing. Just go to the Community Futures website for Fraser Fort George.
We're here with Tim Thomas, who is here with Export Navigator here at the Caribou Grill. Tim, can you tell us what is Export Navigator?
Export Navigator is a program started to help rural companies export outside of BC. So British Columbia benefits when companies sell outside of BC, particularly into international markets, but also into other provinces. So I'm an advisor. There's 10 of us in the province, and we help companies figure out export plans to sell whatever they're doing, services and goods, into other provinces, other countries.
Okay. So for a smaller entrepreneur, is this possible, or do you have to be somebody really big?
Oh, I've worked with startup companies. I've worked with companies with 100 employees or more. Most of my clients are 1 to 4 employees, including the owner. It's always about the marketing plan, figuring out what the goods and services are and who wants them in another location. How do you get them there? How do you go around or manage the governmental barriers, border agencies, tariffs, all those things that have to be considered. So company size doesn't really matter. It's figuring out the strategies and then executing them with every shipment.
Okay. And so how do you take someone through that process? What is it like?
We start out with an export plan. So a quick consult about what are the goods and services, and now what is the plan? What are the first 3 places that are going to use this product and give you the best return? Let's go investigate those. So one's Korea, one's Japan, and one's China. We immediately look at governmental barriers. China has a few. Maybe we don't want to do that. Let's switch to Singapore, where it's a little easier. Now we have 3 places to look into. Who is going to buy the product there? And is there already a distributor that could pick up the product, put it in their line? Kind of like getting your gutter cleaner product into Canadian Tire. We're looking for the Canadian Tire in Singapore that's going to take the Canadian product and market it in Singapore and send profits back to the parent company back here in Canada.
Wow, that's some incredibly valuable information. How does someone go about getting started?
Get started by looking at our website. It's always about a website these days. I'm Tim Thomas. I'm found on the Export Navigator website, exportnavigator.ca, and you can click on basically my profile and get a booking with me, and we'll sit down for 30 minutes and see if it would work. And if it'll work, then we build a better relationship. We get it all together, and I guess I have to put in right here that it's a free service. So you can build this export plan basically with provincial help so that there's no fees for my time. And from there, we get right into the market research and possibly do a trade show in Singapore. Go there, meet the people, maybe find a distributor while you're there. There are some grants, although with COVID, the grants have shrunk as the Canadian government's trying to hold up the country with COVID, but there are some grants to do virtual trade shows as well, to find someone who you can build a relationship with in another country that's going to carry your product and bring those profits back to you.
Wow. So the world really is your oyster then.
It really is. It's both more difficult than you think and way easy. When I first started this job, export's difficult. I'm going to have to really buckle down and learn this job. And then I was like, oh, that's all? Okay, yeah, that's hard, but that's all. So it's both harder and easier than I thought it would be. And I've had a lot of clients say the same thing. It's like, well, that's a lot, but it's also doable. So let's try.
Great. I hope this spurs some interest in some of the entrepreneurs here in Valemount.
Absolutely. It's a good time and a good opportunity.
Great. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Well, we're here with Karen Tabe, who is a regional agrologist with the Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Fisheries for the Amanika and Robson Valley, and Emma Holmes, who is an organics industry specialist, again with the BC Ministry of Agriculture. Ladies, welcome and thank you for coming to Valemount.
Hi, Mike.
Great. So can you tell us why you're here in Valemount?
We're here to get to know producers, people working in agriculture, share some of our resources, learn kind of about the priorities here and how we can support, I guess, relationship building and getting to know people. Yeah.
And what have you found so far?
Well, we've met many farmers and doing various activities, mushroom growers, vegetable growers, so we've been enjoying it and meeting lots of people.
Oh, that's great. What do you hope people take away from coming to visit you here today?
Well, for me, it's making connections and then hopefully providing opportunities to local farmers through the ministry. So.
Okay, and how about yourself?
Yeah, I'm the organic specialist, so I'm really interested in understanding what if there's challenges to being organic, if there's an interest in organic, what I can be doing here to support growth in that movement. And I'm also very passionate about soil and soil health, so talking to people about that and if they have goals or what they're working on or what it's like working with the soils here.
Okay.
Yeah.
What have you learned about Valemount and its soils
Well,
and
what's
its sandy
so
soils?
so fascinating to me is the difference between Valemount and McBride, the really sandy to the very clay rich. Hearing a lot of comparisons to the McBride area, and yeah, I think there's some benefits to the sandiness in terms of like getting on it earlier in the spring and it doesn't get too wet, and then some challenges as well.
Okay, and you have lots of information on your table here for people to take. If they have questions or if they want more information, who should they contact?
Well, anyone in the Robson Valley area can contact me. I'm the regional representative, and they can contact me. And if you're interested in organics and soil health.
Mm-hmm. And how do they reach you?
I'm at a government email, which is my name, karen.tabe@gov.bc.ca.
Okay, great. And yourself?
I'm emma.holmes@gov.bc.ca.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for coming to Valemount.
Thanks, Mike.
Were you happy with the turnout here tonight?
Yeah, the turnout was very good. We got about 40 people in the first couple hours, which is excellent for Valemount, especially during COVID times right now. It's difficult to get people to leave and not be so on guard. So it was a great turnout. The food was very nice. The drinks was nice. The location is excellent. Patricia, Tony, and Rudy Tony were gracious enough to give us this excellent venue. And that really makes it a nicer place to come to. And it's great to have guests come from a different city and come to one of our best locations.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. Well, what do you want people to take away from this event? And specifically, well, we'll talk more about the Chamber in a second, but what do you want people to take away from this event?
We want them to know that the Chamber is back in action and that we are here to help them. And if they need help or a liaison to help platform their business, that we can help them. And if I can't help them, or one of our directors cannot help them, that we can put them in touch with somebody that can, such as Community Futures, VARDA, the Village, tourism. There's so many different organizations that we hope to be the bridge for those people.
Mm-hmm, great. Well, while we're here, because we've spoken with everyone else here at the event, the presenters and the people that had booths, and they all gave their plugs. Now it's time for the Chamber plug. How can people get involved in the Chamber, and what can the Chamber do for you if you're a business person in Valemount?
The Chamber has the advantage of we're part of the BC Chamber of Commerce, and with that, we are able to go to the larger businesses throughout the province and get some perks for our members that you wouldn't normally get just for yourself. Certain fuel companies you can get a deal if you have their card. You can get extended benefits through another company, a larger company, that you could not get for your little tiny company.
True.
Without paying mega bucks. So there are several areas where you can shop in some of the bigger, like restaurant supplies or larger stores, suppliers that you can shop through for your business and get, because of being part of a chamber member, you can get in on the gravy train there. So yeah.
And our memberships are quite reasonable. Our annual membership for business, a small business, is only $92, and that includes access to all of their employees to join our functions. If you want to just be an associate for a small business, it's $45, and that gets you invited to a bi-monthly event, whether that's a golf tournament, a mixer, a social, a collaboration with another organization. So it works out to be about $8 a month, and if you have a couple employees, it's dollars. It's really absolutely nothing. And I have the ability to reach 5,000 people when I platform you on my social media, or when I put you on the chamber group page. It goes to every chamber in BC, and then they share it. So 5,000 people are seeing each post that I put on there. So it's not just like my couple hundred people on my own personal, but everybody that I see, that they see, it has that trickle effect. So it's really doing a good thing for marketing for small businesses.
Right. And the
Word of mouth spreads fast,
sure does, and especially in a small
especially
town.
if it's a good word.
Yeah. Well, in a small town, even bad word spreads fast,
For sure.
unfortunately. But two of the main things that chambers of commerce all across the world are known for are networking, because it's a lonely thing to be a business operator. You don't get a chance to get outside your own business very often, and you don't get a chance to speak with and commiserate with other employers. And also, in addition to the networking, there's the lobbying. Chamber of Commerce can lobby locally, provincially, and federally as well, right?
I spend about 3 to 4 hours a week lobbying, I guess we could call it, going to each business and listening to them and hearing what their plight is, what their strife is, what good things are happening for them. I'm interested to hear their input because I want to apply it to make things better for them. Or it's like talking to the ex-girlfriend, so that you can get a better idea what went wrong for them, why they didn't like something, so that you can improve upon it. Or you have the means to take that to a new level.
Right. Strength in numbers, right?
That's right.
That's what the
That's right.
chamber is all about. Well, great. Thank you for co-hosting this great event. Seems like a good turnout, and people got a lot of interesting and useful information to take back with them. So.
Let's hope. Yes, I hope that's the case.
Great.
Thanks for having us.
Let's finish off with a plug. If you want to join the Chamber of Commerce, what do you do?
If you would like to join the Chamber of Commerce, please email me at info@valemountchamber.com or samtravers@hotmail.com. And my telephone number for chamber is 250-566-1029.
Great. Well, thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you.